What? Sorry? Come again? Yep, the stream is up. Oh. Yeah, okay, we should be good. Let me check. All right. Welcome, everybody. After a couple of minutes of a delay, we're back with Resurrection Cup round of 32. This is the first match of Sunday. And in our hands, we got a match of Rectangle versus JeongJin, which is Seed 6 versus Seed 27, your classical David versus Goliath type of matchup. And without further ado, my name is Philoxen, and I'm joined by Tommy. Tommy, tell us more about what's happening right now.
Hey people, I mean, we are already hopping into the first map of this match, and well, it is a little bit unexpected, I guess, number 3 on the board, and we are still seeing that it seems like Team Rectangle is looking superior, at least in the intro at the start of this match, already having a break coming in from Team Iris in the face of Mikey board. But of course there is a lot of possibilities to change, considering that it is only a start, but as you know, it is just a favorable map for Team Rose.
Yeah, this map is all about your ult, it's all about your control, and the winner of this one will basically make a monolith on that kind of control aspect of the entirety of the pool. Maybe we'll see more maps like number 4 from the team who wins this one. And so far it looks like the pick of Team Iris is backfiring, as this is their pick, but so far Rose, with their 3 crazy Australian players, Akins, Polar, and Superior, are all FC in the map going into the first K. The accuracies as well, and SS from Akins is definitely tearing this map apart. Same for the other 2. So far, things for Iris are looking pretty shabby, even though they found a recovery, but they still need more.
Definitely more they need, and another miss from Ronnie Pan is not doing them any favors. Mikey Bart is going to be falling closely behind, but the squad defense is only going to be climbing towards the Team Rose little by little. Even with finally finding a break, finding a mistake from Superior in the halfway point of this map, the squad defense is only increasing further and further towards 200k mark point and even up above. But again, there is still a possibility for some comeback if we are going to be seeing another set of misses coming in from Team Rose, which is again unlikely, but Maccabee is still holding on, trying to get at least a slimmer of chance for Team Iris, just a possibility for that potential comeback. But after this break, the nerves might be taking in, the teams have seen what is going on and who is trying their best to get a point on board for their team.
It's almost a mission impossible right here for Maccabi to get that 1v2 victory. He is taking down 1, but Powder is still standing now. He is the lone warrior of Team Rectangle, and with that they're gonna be accelerating, they're gonna be skyrocketing that score lead to their side, and yeah, it turned out to be a catastrophe for Team Iris. After all, they got seed 37 in qualifiers in Noma 3, so was really surprised about this pick, same as you, Tommy, and while theory got proven, Rose just completely turned pressure into power on this Noma 3, and now we know for a fact that they are looking way more prominent in that control department for the entirety of the pool.
Indeed, and as map is pretty much finished now, we can already see that it seems like Team Rose is feeling quite confident. Of course, we are not going to be seeing 3 FCs on board from them, but it is still a small statement that they are feeling comfortable enough to be better even on maps that are a little bit closer than you would expect, especially considering that we are still going to be having some maps like DT on the board for Team Rose in this matchup. But yeah, still the map is finishing, and the 150k score difference will be the name of the game, as the first point is finally given to the Team Rectangle.
Yeah, for sure. JeongJin might need to reconsider their strategy for their next pick. That ult, that control did not work out, but it did work out for Rectangle. And overall, now it's their pick. They might go into that because they already know that they're stronger on Noma 3, DT3, Noma 4 type of map than Iris. But also, the overall thing about Rectangle, right, Tommy, is that they're extremely strong when it comes down to double times. Arguably the strongest double time team. They got Seed 1 and Seed 2. On DT1 and DT2 respectively, and also Seed 9 and DT3, so definitely something that should be really feared by their opponents. And well, at this point, I will not be surprised if we see some really mechanics-heavy pick from Team Bros like DT1, Tommy.
Oh. But you know what I would be surprised a little bit about, and that would be the ban that we had seen previously. Hard Rock 1 coming in as a ban from Team Irish, surprisingly, and Nomad 5 as a ban from Team Rectangle. But I guess we can leave that discussion for a little bit later, because the second pick has been decided on. Nomad 2 is on the table, and well, I mean, that just makes sense, right? Nomad 2, just a little bit of a mechanical pick, 244 BPM, burst streams, and just general stamina almost, slightly controlling maps that you are not going to be feeling completely confident on unless you are good at that type of speed. But yeah, generally just a good pick, good decision to go for against Team Iris here.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I was mentioning it, right? The mechanics that overall Kloppet and Aikens and everyone else in the team have is quite impressive. They got C10 Noma 2 in qualifiers. It was a slightly different Noma 2 because it was streams. This one is more about your silver box or classical type of speed burst map. If you're looking for a stream, it's gonna be Free Mod 3, but that's not the name of the game right here. And overall, if they win this one, then they for sure will have so many opportunities later down the line. Looking into the rest of the pool, like DD2, DT1, even HD1 would really work well for them. And on paper, this one should pretty much go into their favor, especially considering Kloppet got a personal seat 4 on that Nomad 2 in qualifiers. So it's gonna be definitely a really strong showing from Team Rectangle. The only ray of hope for JeongJin to win this one is that, well, the SR of the pool is way lower than the qualifiers, so that makes the entirety of the pool quite more accessible. The only question is how much more accessible it is, because their qualifiers performance wasn't too great, but wasn't bad as well. It was seed 18, so their mechanics are on a pretty much decent level. So if they manage to pull themselves together on this one, I can see this being a breakpoint, but still, it's gonna be a really tall mountain to climb, Tommy.
It is going to be indeed, but well, it is but a step that you have to do if you want to climb that mountain, and the first time system round might be a Nomad 2 that is happening right before our eyes right now. Of course, the start difference is not a big one, but the accuracy is actually going towards the team JeongJin in this intro of this map, which is a little bit surprising considering the accuracy that they have that we have seen on the DT2 map of the qualifiers. They were just a little bit unfortunately low compared to the others, but well, it seems like they have fixed their mistakes. Now no matter that Ronnie Pon will be the first one to find a mistake in this type of map, and considering who they are facing off against, that might just be a decisive miss.
Yeah, might be that. So far, what I noticed is that Kloppet is not here in lobby. I saw some messages in chat, and might be that Kloppet is not here, which should make life a bit easier for JeongJin. But so far, even though Kloppet is not here, the other 3 of his teammates got his back. With an SS from Aikens and 99% accuracy FCs from Polar and Superior, they're once again trying to make that score lead run away from JeongJin, and so far it is working out. But still, JeongJin, they are stepping on Rose's tail. They need to see at least one break, and then they will start to shift in the tides. But so far, it's already almost 2/3 into the map, and Rose is looking extremely stacked.
Just look at that accuracy is actually on the side of Team Rose. 99.96% accuracy from Aikens. That is kind of crazy, but it is still not the end of the map. There is only a quarter left, and it seems like the score difference will be only ballooning little by little towards the Team Rose. Even that small mistake that we have seen in the intro from Ronnie Pan might have been again just the decisive factor here. Even considering the accuracy, they are not too far apart, but just that combo advantage is making sure that Team Rose, Team Rectangle will become now that the winner is already 200k towards the main, and only increasing as the map is finishing little by little. The last few nodes are on the table. Pair is going to find the miss, but it seems like that is not going to be enough. The score difference will be the decisive factor, and Team Rose, Team Rectangle will be getting a second point at the decisive lead in this matchup.
Tommy, it's just a disgusting score right here as you see. Iris, for the entirety of that, made one mistake. And it was more than enough for Rose to take advantage of it. And at this point, even though Iris are playing really well, Rose is just, I don't even know what to expect from them. They can go into anything. They can go into other mechanics maps after this Noma 2. As mentioned, DD2 is still an option. They also beat Iris on the pick of their own, which was Noma 3, so other alt maps that you have left in the pool could also be a really good avenue of the attack. And also, there are just some other mod slots that you haven't pulled that have yet been untouched. Maybe you want to also see what Iris banned, which is HR1. Maybe you want to go into HR2. So there is a lot of picks to test out, and most likely they will work out, which really scares me, Tommy. Only a decent reply from Iris is gonna save them, but Tommy, the more maps Rose wins, the more opportunities get narrowed down for Iris.
That is indeed the trouble, and honestly, even right now, I don't see a lot of really good maps to go for Team Iris, for Team JeongJin. I feel like we might see Nomad 1, we might see HD1 even possibly, but north of that, maybe. It seems like that is not going to be really the case. After banning HR1, Team Iris might have been just picked up their slack and go back on their word, go towards that HR2 on the table, and that is a little bit surprising, but kind of makes sense at the same time, right? They had incredible performance in the qualifiers on the HR2, I believe, getting number 8, a score of the whole qualifiers, a team score of the whole qualifiers, but generally it is still going to be a big test because Team Rectangle is able to respond to this type of challenge.
Yeah, no, I'm just more surprised that they banned out HR1 and picked HR2 almost instantly. I mean, of course, the skill sets of those two maps are quite different. HR1 is more about your slider aim, and HR2 is about your precision with overall mixed skill sets that you have in there. But after all, it is hard to pull, and I would be, more comfortable with Iris picking HR1 rather than HR2. But, after all, you look at the stats from Rectangle, HRs is the thing that they might be the weakest at out of all the other mod combinations. They got seat 17 on both HR1 and HR2 over there. So, I guess Iris just did their homework, they looked at it and they went like, yep, HR2 is gonna be the way for us. Let's see how this one goes. Because, honestly, if even this one backfires, then that's 99% gonna be a mission impossible to win against a seed 6 team. So all eyes on Garalulu. I believe Garalulu will be there, as he was the one to actually top score the HR2 for Team JeongJin. And the hope is there, but you need to work for it.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I do think that it is a critical point for Team Iris right now. Definitely a big question if they're going to be able to really perform on this HR2, right? The overall difficulty and overall length, I believe also, compared to the qualifiers, HR2 will be, might be a good point or a bad one, depending on how Team Rectangle is going to be performing today, but generally, it is really just a test of their skill. The spacing is not going to be an incredibly wide one. There's of course going to be a lot of aim patterns, but they're going to be placed relatively close to each other, so just pure aim requirements will be a little bit lowered. The question is, who is feeling just a little bit more comfortable on that high CS, 6.5 CS HR2, and we will see the answer to that really soon as the intro is finally coming towards us and this map is starting already.
Yeah, your cursor really needs to be on point on this one, otherwise it's gonna be another breakpoint which they really do not want to see. And if you look at that rectangle, you realize that, oh, it's the same 3 players that we've been seeing throughout this entire match. It's Polar, Icon, and Superior, and they're not even changing. Might be that they only have 3 players for this match, but so far they do not even care because the strategy has been working out. However, things might change on this HR2 as so far Iris are having the upper hand, but here comes a miss from Crazy.
Yeah, that miss is actually quite crucial because, again, Team Rose, Team Rectangle is not known to let any wounds to be opened up against them, as Anxi is going to be actually finding not to break, and it seems like the opportunity is actually presenting more and more towards his Team Iris. The possibility is definitely here, but another miss from Mikey Board will be a bit of trouble. The score difference is falling down quite quickly, already sitting at 25k score difference, and it's only going down, especially with another miss from Garaulu. It seems like the performance that he was able to do in the qualifiers is not going to be repeated, as Superior is the only FC standing in this midpoint of this map.
Yeah, Garaulu not gonna be the hero of the day, not gonna save the deal for Iris, as yeah, if you just look at the left side of the screen, you see that crazy F6 from Superior now finally finding a break. Same for Polar, and that still leaves Iris back in the game now, as it's only Akens to try and stop the bleeding, but the recoveries from Iris might be just a bit too strong. We're into the last KI section, the lead is being devoured, now it is becoming blue, and that indicates that Iris are now leading the chariot here. They are in the driver's seat and they're not looking to break any of their recoveries, Tommy.
Possibility is here, it is pretty much just a team effort, insane recovery from Crazy, great recoveries as well from Galao and Mikey Board, especially as Garaulu is still holding an S rank on this HR2. The only thing that they need to do is hold it through this engine. The score difference is increasing, the ball is being built right before our eyes, the misses are not coming, and it seems like Team Iris is finally going to be able to break this equilibrium, break the curse, and get the first point finally for the team on board, making the score 2-1.
Right, alright, I have no idea how this happened, considering HR1 was banned, HR2 got picked. I really had concerns going into this HR2, but okay, JeongJin, I was not familiar with your performance in this one. Precision is definitely your cup of tea on this one, and well, that is quite great. The only thing that I'm a bit worried about is that, yeah, you wanted HR2, you wanted precision map, but there aren't really other precision maps in this pool is what my biggest problem is. Because you just will not be able to find any similar maps to get a relatively chill point on. So you will need to invent some other strategies if you are JeongJin. Maybe, as you mentioned, Tommy, try something like Nomad 1, something like those XX1 slots overall, the aimy ones, the consistency ones. As so far, Rose didn't show us that they want to go into them. Their tapping mechanics are really good, but we do not know yet if the overall aim mechanics are gonna be in their favor.
Well, I guess it might be the time to see, especially considering that the pick is finally going towards the Team Rose corner. I am pretty much expecting just any DTs being picked right now. I mean, it would just make sense. They are just so much better on those DTs than almost any team in this tournament, but yeah, it is really going to be interesting to see what will be the future picks from JeongJin. I am kind of looking towards those Fremods actually. Maybe Fremod 1 might be one of the maps on the table, but you know, it is a little bit of an aim control maps, and considering Nomad 3 did not go towards their favor, it is also going to be quite risky. So yeah, it is definitely going to be something to consider in the future, but in the meantime, it is time to pick, and pick they do. Team Rolls, Team Rectangle are going for the DT2 Love Bomb.
Alright, Tommy. Tommy, get ready to listen to some good K-pop song right here. It's going to be about your 230 BPM stamina. Pretty much no aim, as mentioned, just those long bursts, some streams, and that is about it. For Rose, absolutely on paper, they should be taking this point. Like, even comparing those stats scores, you got C2 on DD2 for Rose, and you got C25 on DD2 for Iris right here. So that's a colossal gap between the two. And as a matter of fact, Clopit, if that was not enough, Clopit got seat 1 on DT2 by personal stats, and it was also supported by Akens, also FC in the map, getting seat 11 on that one. So they have a really strong team performance. I really wonder though how things will change, considering Clopit might not be here. Who they will put in? Will Polar be able to match what Clopit put up in the previous qualifiers match? And well, if yes, then it was going to be a big trouble for Iris. After all, there is a reason they're picking it, even considering Clopit might not be here.
I mean, yeah, definitely. generally the map is quite similar to what we have seen in the qualifiers DTC, right? The qualifiers 234, 237 BPM, and this time round of 32 DT2 is 230. So it will be very close. It will be a bit more on the smaller side, right? Only seen just below the 2-minute mark, 1 minute 59 seconds drain time with DT. It is also quite filled on the stamina part, right? Which might be again a blessing in disguise for Team JeongJin right now, because again the BPM is going to be similar. They had some troubles in the qualifiers, but everything can change, and considering that the map is smaller, again, the possibility is here. But the question is if they're going to be able to capitalize on it, as the map is starting little by little. We are having small technical difficulties, but that is not going to be mattering that much. Ronipan, Garolulu, and Mikey Boards are in lobby for Team Iris, facing off against the same suspects from Team Rectangle.
Yep, we're seeing some roster changes for Iris, so looking quite good. And it's a really interesting thing about those teams. One team is just sending the same 3 players all over again, while Iris is trying their best to just be very versatile. And so far, let's see if that will pay off. And as we're into the first KI, there is an accuracy advantage on the side of Team Rose, and that's the only thing that's separating the two. There's still almost 6-way FST, only a relatively early break from my keyboard in the very intro of the map, so that's the only difference maker. We're looking forward to see more breaks, and here they come. Got a little trade in power.
Yes, the only trouble right now for Team Iris is that it is not a favorable trade for them at all. Garolulu was one of the bigger accuracies on their board, and compared with Spears, who is actually the lowest accuracy from Team Rectangle, it is not a great trade, but of course there is still a possibility. The possibility for a miss is here. The Team Rectangle is not superior at all, and Team JeongJin just needs to pray for another mistake, and it seems like it is coming finally. Power finding another break right before this break, before the last third of this map, and the possibility is again just here. They need to just go for it, go for that open wound and capitalize on the opportunity. The score difference is going down, but you just have to continue what you are doing right now.
Yeah, I'm getting the break point on Rose's pick would be huge for Iris right now. The door is open, but can he break it open before it shuts again? And that's the question as they are getting into that last KI. Double FC and recovery from Garolulu is not going to be helping whatsoever, because after all, it's the accuracy that matters. And Rose are proficient at this one. 98 from both superior icons, and a really solid recovery from Powder is gonna be doing the magic here. Not a break point. Iris yet so close, but no single break point for them. They're only giving them out. And that's going to be 3-1 Tommy.
Yeah, unfortunately, just the stamina part of this map seemed to have killed a little bit the efforts of JeongJin here. 94.6% accuracy from Garolulu was not enough, unfortunately, and that is pretty much the biggest reason why they were not able to get this breakpoint on board. But, well, you cannot really blame them, can we? Right? It is just a map that was clearly favored towards the Team Rectangle, and it is just time to try to do something of their own here. The question if they are going to be risking more or less here, Philoxen.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking, I had some food to process after this HR2 win. After all, that's the only map you won so far into this match. No matter, it didn't work out. So I'm thinking, HR2 is one of the more so gimmicky maps, and well, it was CS 6.5. What if Iris goes for free mod 2? Is what my question is. Because it is CS5 AR8 with HR, it has the same stats as this HR2, and it's also, if you play it with HD, it becomes just a kind of a flow reading gimmick. And considering Rectangle actually got the lowest seed on HD2 in qualifiers, I feel like that would be a really smart option for Iris, Tommy.
Honestly, that pretty much makes sense. Yeah, HD1 is not something they are not going to be comfortable on, right? The HD gimmick together with just a pretty old mod, I believe, coming from all the way of 2016 on the HD1 slot is pretty much just almost a gimmick map, right? You it is unsure who is going to be taking an advantage, a definite advantage on this type of map, but it seems like the decision is a different one. HD2 is on the table for Team Iris, and I'm surprised. I don't know, how about you, Philoxen?
HD2? Yeah, I thought that could be getting picked later down the line, but not as soon as right now. I already said that, right? Rectangle got the lowest seeding on HD2 in qualifiers. And well, the thing is, Clopit didn't play it, so they will have the same lineup they had in qualifiers. And they have two really good HD2 players, which are Polar and Akins. And then you have Superior, who will just have to fill. The only question is how well he will be able to fill on this HD2, the one that is way lower SR than the one in qualifiers. How comfortable is he gonna be? Because Iris might be entering a very bumpy road on this one, considering, well, even though AG2 was the lowest seed for Rectangle, they still have really good players on this one. And as a matter of fact, if you compare the two teams, JeongJin are actually the ones who have the lower seed in AG2, being seed 34, Tommy.
Yeah, I mean, that is why it is surprising for me, right? And especially considering that HD2 this time around is on the smaller side. It is definitely shorter than qualifiers one. There is just more space for actual carry possibility, right? And again, as you mentioned, Anx and Por being incredible HD players for Team Rectangle, it is definitely an uphill battle for Team JeongJin here. But, well, I guess it is a decision, it is a possibility, and Team Rectangle did expect that, considering that we are seeing Nomad 5 ban from them. It might work out better than we think, right? But, well, I guess it is time to wait and see if it is going to be indeed a great idea, as the good luck have fun is in the chat, that means that we are going to be starting them up really soon.
Yep, I mean, I guess the fact that they banned Nomad 5, another gimmick map, indicates that, well, AG2 might work out, but you can never be sure against Rectangle. They have crazy players, and as a matter of fact, we're finally seeing a substitution. Tommy, it's Drox. It's gonna be his first map in this entire tournament, as Drox didn't even play qualifiers, and they still got seed 6 without Drox, so... Oh, I cannot even imagine what would have happened if Drox was there. And, you know, Tommy... If Drox is able to play gimmicks, which I'm pretty sure he is, then we're gonna see a catastrophic collapse on the side of Team Iris, and the map might backfire really fast. Right off the bat, we're seeing an early advantage on the side of Team Rectangle, but here comes a trade of misses. Ronniepan and Akins both missing, and it's also supported by Kersey.
Yeah, and it already seems like a bit of a trouble. The only FC actually on board is Macabea, which is a bit surprising, honestly, but still great recovery combos from Por and Drox are going to be the reason why they are going to be getting towards that lead, increasing it little by little, especially as we are seeing more and more misses and mistakes coming in from Team Iris, Ronnie Pan, and Crazy Find and miss and after a miss. But, well, we are already halfway through. There is not going to be a lot of space to really get some of the advantages going if we are not going to be seeing some more breaks coming in from Team Rectangle. Team Iris right now is going to be just incredibly destroyed, but especially with the miss coming in from Macabea and Paul still holding that combo to his side, it seems like it is just a funeral.
Yeah, those overlaps, those rhythm patterns, that reading is what really is making 5 out of 6 players in this lobby crumble, except Power now finally going down, but he was the one who led the charge, 500k score into the last KI. He really was the one to make the dream come true for Rectangle and make the kingdom burn for JeongJin right here. JeongJin picked another map, and it once again did not work out, Tommy. They got a bit too confident looking at that Nomad 5 ban, which turned out to be a trap for them, and they got into it just as Rectangle predicted. It's going to be 4-1, and Rectangle now are 1 point away from sending JeongJin to losers bracket.
It seems like it was indeed a mispick from their side, but, well, it is how it is. It is their decision and consequences of that decision. The pick will be going towards the Team Rectangle now, and this is a scary situation to be in. There is a lot of maps that they can go for, there is a lot of maps that they are clearly favored on. And Team JeongJin really needs to perform a miracle right now. I cannot put it in any other words.
Yeah, they do, Tommy. The former also World Cup champion might go down, lose the bracket just winning 1 point against the new gen incredible Australian players right here. And yep, now Rectangle, they have a chance to drop the guillotine on JeongJin. The Asian team so far have been showing themselves pretty good, but it's just the thing that Rectangle are so incredibly consistent with pretty much everything they pick, Tommy. Only HR2 was the only opening from them that they gave to Iris, but that's not gonna happen again, as now it is their pick, and DT3 might be the last map that we're gonna see. This one is quite, I would say the sub skill set is really ulti, as in Nomad 3. I could very well draw a parallel between the two. It's way more fast ult, and also more about your sharp aim, more about your sliders. So it's kind of a mix of fast ult and overall control, overall speed control. So really excited to see how this one will work out, especially considering this one is also a DT map, and DT is something that Rectangle are extremely powerful at. That without any questions, Tommy, I'm just expecting Rectangle to finish it right here.
Honestly, that is pretty much going to be the case here, especially after the normal series that we have seen earlier as a first map of this match, where they have won pretty decisively on. But yeah, the snap requirements on this DT3 are not going to be an easy one. Just almost every object that they are going to be seen on the screen, you have to snap on, and it takes some mental fortitude, takes some skill, some ability to get through, and I do believe Team Rectangle just has more potential on paper to create a greater score on this type of map. But of course, everything can be changed, everything can be destroyed, and Team JeongJin should be trying their best to make a breakpoint here, especially after they were confident enough to pick normal 3 at the start of this match. But yeah, it is definitely an uphill battle.
Yeah, it really is. And Tommy, overall, it's actually so crazy that, well, just looking at Team Rectangle, you see that all of them are from Australia, and the fact that these are not even the strongest Australian players. This team, this tournament has 2 superstar teams in the form of Australian players. One of them got Seed 1, which is America's Secret Box and the company. And here you have Rectangle, which has Clobbit Superior Akins, and I'm just terrified to think what we will see at OWC at this point. But yeah, so far it's been a masterclass from them, and oh my god, I got a jump scare from Kendrick Lamar right here, but shouldn't be too shabby. But yeah, Kendrick Lamar is the name of the artist. The song is gonna be from him, and well, Drugs, Akins, and Superior. Drugs being put into the second map. Really excited to see how this one goes. We already saw him on the gimmicks. Now excited to see how he does on Control. For Iris is gonna be Maccabi, Garlu, and my keyboard, the last stand.
Yes, okay, those scared at the start will be the name of the game, especially we are going to be seeing if it is going to be indeed alright for Team JeongJin here, as we are already starting off with some unfortunate breaks coming in from my keyboard at the start of the map, and it seems like at least for now, even in the accuracy department, they are falling behind, even with finally a trade miss coming in from Drox. It is not going to be enough with another miss coming in from my keyboard, and well, this actually, it seems like the possibility is creating itself with Anx finally finding another mistake for Team Rectangle, and the possibility is opening up, but they have to hold for a long time to actually capitalize on it.
Yeah, for sure, and the map does not get easier from now on, Tommy. It will only continue to get harder and harder. We saw it last time when Seed 16 played against Seed 17, and we saw many people just shatter on that second half of the map. So far, a double break from Ikebra and Maccabi is already speaking volumes, and now Rectangle are taking the initiative. Only Garalulu to try and get that hero run, being the unsung hero for Team Iris, but there's nothing you can do if you're fighting against 2 FCs, finally without Akins, but still Drox and Superior being the deadly duo that you need to deal with. Now a break from Superior only leaves Drox alone.
It seems like the possibility is again almost presenting itself. Maccabi already seen at B rank together with Mikey Burton, not going to be doing any favors towards the Gararulu scores that he's trying to produce, but he needs to fight now. A big mistake coming in from Drax, breaking that combo right before the end if he wants any possibility to get another point towards his team, but it seems like that is not going to be the fate of this matchup. It is not going to be happening as the map is finishing, and we are seeing a triple break coming in from Team JeongJin. And that is just the last nail in the coffin. The map is going to be finished. The butterfly on the screen just representing Team JeongJin flying towards the losers bracket of the Resurrection Cup 2026.
Yep, was just the second map for Drox in this entire tournament, and he just joined the lobby and delivered, being the one who did not let Garalulu to try and get the upper hand on this match. 5-1, Tommy. You already mentioned JeongJin will be dropping down to losers bracket rectangle. On the other hand, I am pretty sure gonna face a seed 3 team next weekend. And honestly, it should be a pretty hype match from what I am looking at. Yeah, nice team flag right here as well. But yep, that is about it, Tommy. I believe we still have 3 more matches today. And these are gonna happen at 15 UTC and 17 UTC, so stay tuned. But Tommy, is there anything else you want to say before we finish it off?
All I can say is that I absolutely love the avatar right now, the Team Rectangle. I feel good looking at it from the commentated booth, but generally, thank you for watching, first of all, and thank you for enjoying what is going here. Hopefully you have a great day, and see you at 15 UTC.
Yep, alright, and thanks everybody for watching. We will be back in a couple of hours. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.